Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor. What me?
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
Well. What's going on, people? What is going on, people? We is kicking this week off the right way. This is Originators Monday. As you already know, this is the Crashout week. Well, like next couple days. I'm your host, K Styles, aka The Reckoner, is in the building. Yeah, boy, aka Pi May. To the stage left, y'all already know him as Senator Mad Mike Sports.
Right.
And right below me, y'all know him as the Icon. The Don is with us this evening.
On this day, I see clearly everything has come to light.
Well, and right below Mike, we have Mr. Tactician, aka the Joker, or as the picture says, Star Killer is in the building, y'all.
Lord Vader has betrayed me for the last time.
Hey man, welcome to Monday evenings, as we are already coming through here. It's been a very interesting last 24 hours. But before we kick this show off, man, let's go, Mike. Let's go ahead and give him the special what?
Real.
Roll call. Yeah, today's roll call, we're going to kick it off with 10 Sports and Gaming. King Treyway. We got Blackberry. No C, just a K baby in here. D Sloan. Ghost Peppers outside. Auntie Pam is with us. Hey, Auntie. We got I Am Drippin' Sports. Eric Mack. Dre Murphy. D Coleman. Jack Savage. Appreciate y'all coming. Yeah, Mon D, Fred Butts, Braves, Hawks, Falcon fan. Oh, yeah. I think they ready to see what the hell we about to say here. So we appreciate y'all coming in. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button. As well as if you're new to the channel, you make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Mad Mike Sports. But before we go ahead and kick this show off, there's something that just came up into my vicinity just in the last hour. Let me go ahead and read this statement here. Hey, this is from Charles 73358. Says, hey man, Mike, I was not gonna say anything, but you need to change your introduction to your show. By identifying as an unholy alliance, you are speaking out satanic overtures, which is idolatry, which will cause you to be pristine by Yahweh Almighty God to not inherit eternal life. I know that you're doing it just for fun, but it's more serious than you think. I have a responsibility to warn those who live their lives in error. Don't lose your soul over a football game. The games are rigged anyway. Here's a link to the Gematria channel.
May I comment on that, case?
All right. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, Reverend Big Mouth. We appreciate your sentiment. I'm gonna try to be as pulpit ready as I can. But I'm gonna read you a little bit of scripture too, sir, since you seem to think we're a bunch of collective demonic heathens. Judge not lest ye be judged, sir. You know nothing of our background of our character and everything. And remember, God gives a measure of grace to everybody, even heathens. So we said this before, one time or another. Everything isn't for everybody. And our context is not your context. Our methods are not your methods. Just like our Father's ways are not our ways, or his thoughts are not our thoughts. So please, while we appreciate the sentiment while you're out here trying your best to save souls, and I would hope that would be your charge in life, please do homework before you decide to condemn a man, because remember, you ain't without fault either, sir. And the show shall go on.
Let me say something, because I think people don't know my background. One, I will say this: you do know what you just said about Demetrius. You do know that Scripture even states that anything that is, when you talk about astrology, numbers, all of that is satanic in itself. So the fact that you even suggested that I watch a channel that is known to be exactly, if you know your scripture, if you know your word, you would know that is satanic in itself, and that's idolatry. So before you try to educate a son of a pastor, just make sure you hit me up first. And this is why people don't like to talk about religion, because people assume that because someone may like us, like, you know, we struggle, and everybody going to continue to struggle with every little part of life. But I do have a big motherfucking mouth, and I'm going to continue to have a big motherfucking mouth, just like Peter, who sliced a motherfucking tongue and ears and everything else, okay? Jesus didn't have a bunch of punkin' pussy motherfuckers around him. You had to be a straight up G to be with him, all right? You had to be a straight up believer and be down for him 100%. So before you try to come at us and talk about what we are satanic, it's nothing satanic about it. The Unholy Alliance stands for, and let me say this again, it stands for a group of individuals who were labeled heathens. We were labeled heathens, just as you're doing right now. You labeled us heathens. So when we talk about the Unholy Alliance, we are the bad guys. We are the devil when it comes down to this Falcons content, because we were labeled that. So we took on that persona of being the heathen, the villain, the evil, Senator Palpatine and Padme and everybody else that's on this particular live show. Okay? So educate yourself, and better yet, be a man and ask about you, who is a what, you guys? What is you?
G is a pastor.
You just so happens to be a pastor, and I watch his sermons every Sunday with his father, his father-in-law, brothers. So before you put stuff like this out, all right, just get to know. And that's what God calls us to do from the beginning. Get to know who you want to save, okay? Get to know these people first before you start judging. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody has fallen short of the glory of God.
That part.
So for you to judge somebody, you're also sinning as well.
Like I said, Lord have mercy.
Hello.
Get that bullshit off the damn screen.
Hello.
Yeah, we can't see.
Hello. Hello.
Sam, how you doing, Sam? How you doing?
What's going on? Mr. White.
No, my bad. I gotta introduce you right.
Yes.
Demon Samuel White. Okay. Demon Samuel L. White. All right.
Mr. Red.
Now,
Mr. Red.
I, as the author of said title that was the claim to this group, I take subject offense to a empty wagon, Cadillac, and a whole lot of noise trying to quote Bible scriptures. You have another son of a pastor speaking to you right now, sir.
Better talk.
Okay. Before you try to quote the Bible, you need to know the Bible, sir. You need to know the history, sir. Oh, excuse me, miss.
Oh.
You need to know. And apparently you don't know. And see, this is what happened when you insert foot in jugular, giving your own self the guap 3000.
From the pulpit? Wow. That's an
Okay. Why do y'all insist on coming for this crew? Why do you insist on stepping your dumb ass in the middle of the street and getting rolled over time and time again? We've had pretenders to come at us. We've had wannabes to come at us. We've had the clueless to come at us. We've had the short and deranged to come at us. You know what I'm saying? And yet the results have always been the same. You try to check and get checked. Don't get bankrupt when you have no clue of moral stability, you idiot.
Ooh, somebody passed the wine. Somebody passed the
wine. Lord.
I mean, seriously.
Look. I'm just gonna say just at this point, man. We have been named everything but a child of God. This group for the last 2.5 years.
Except the child of God.
I mean,
it's going on 5 years now.
If that's the case, go ahead and call us that too, so you can add that to the repertoire. Because the only thing we missing is the kitchen sink and the toilet seat.
Right. Hold on. Let's go through the words here of the intro. Pry thy eyes open and force them to see the truth.
Right.
We will skim the sheep and sacrifice the weak. Do you even know what that means? That means is we stand on our stats, facts, and truth, regardless on if people like us or not.
Can I say this? We don't tell you what church to attend now, do we? So please don't tell us how to talk sports. Everything has a place and a function.
So if y'all have an issue with the intro, guess whose voice that was on the intro? You want to tell him, Mike?
The unholy alliance. That's the sixth man himself.
Yep.
So that quote unquote demonic voice that you heard, do I have to say it right?
Right.
Pry thy open and force them to see the truth. We will skim the sheep and sacrifice the weak. Sounds familiar, don't it?
You make them so nervous, they go to try to quote Bible verses and then still screw up.
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps from my goosebumps.
The goosebumps from the goosebumps. All right. that quote is pretty much symmetric to the fact, the stats, and the truth. Okay? The truth. We're going to skin the weak. When he talking about skinning the weak, we're talking about the people that's really not with the Atlanta Falcons. When we talking about forcing them to see the truth, obviously we talking about what we talking about. So it's like everything is right there. So I would much rather for somebody to come out and ask us what that means. Okay, So we appreciate you for allegedly looking out for our good.
Now, I have the closing remarks to this sermon. Now that you knoweth the truth and can see us through new eyes, shutteth thy mouth and let us do our thing. So saith the Alliance.
No.
You should shut. Be told me shut
Thou
the
shalt
hell up.
not quote Bible scriptures if thou not have his hands. Thou shalt not have air in their chest if thou don't have hands. Thou shalt not claim to be a G when you are just a B.
Oh, wait, are you quoting fisticuffs 12:16?
Now,
Man, look, man. Look, our whole platform is designed to help people. That's what we've always been. So that's nonsense, y'all.
Yeah. Our whole platform is to do three things: to have a conversation, to come to a conclusion, and to offend as many people as possible.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so many people. Let's be real. It's so many people dying in these damn streets, but he decided to come at us. Man, fuck you.
I mean, 'tis the season for some fisticuffs.
Y'all missed the most important part. Y'all missed the most important part at the end of the comment. Y'all see what that was?
Yeah.
It was a promotion.
Exactly.
Wait. So how art thou message pure when thou is trying to get us to conform to thy sector? Blasphemy! How you trying to save souls, but you got a Walmart ad in your text?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Mr. White 3.
You know what? Have several pews, sir. Have several pews.
Mr. White 369 says, "You have been rotted and not spared."
No, so saith the mayonnaise.
So I will end like this.
We quoting Bible scripture. I got a Bible scripture for him right now.
I don't have a damn Bible scripture.
I got a Bible scripture. Hey, I got a Bible scripture right now for him. John 3:16 said he can kiss my ass.
Is that one cheek or two?
Bro,
he can kiss the hairiest part.
Oh God, okay. That's the crackest.
I would say this. I ain't got no damn Bible scripture. I don't know the Bible that well to be memorizing nothing. But the only thing I will say is, if you're offended by anything we say, fuck you. Let's go ahead and get right into the damn program.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, Brian Peoples. Yeah. Yes. 6MK664 Revelation 3. Sit your goofy ass down.
Well.
Let's get to the show.
Now time to pass the wine and crackers out.
I'm tired of talking about that. Apparently, y'all asses don't watch wrestling anyway, too, because that's where Sam got the damn name from.
Right.
But
right.
But let's go ahead and get right into the show, man. We spent way too much time
bloviating by the idiot.
All right. So let's go ahead and do this right. It's Crashout Monday. People are crashing out. As we've already seen, these Atlanta Falcons embarrass themselves yesterday on a multitude of ways. So, how is everybody feeling about the situation with the team right now after this loss? Whoever want to kick it off, go ahead, kick it off.
I'll kick it off. So I think I've been clear as far as my expectations are concerned. Even beginning the year, I didn't have hopes outside of winning the South. This is one of the main reasons why, for years, this has been my philosophy: is to wait and see, and just be honest about things, because things. You may think your team is going to be complete shit, and they end up being a Super Bowl team, and then you think they're a Super Bowl team, and they end up having complete crap. Like, I had no idea that the Falcons was going to be in the Super Bowl in 2016 when they was playing the way they were playing in 15. There ain't no way in hell you would have convinced me that, especially with that shiny shit show that we had offensively. And you turn around a year later and they damn near they did set several NFL records the next year after they have a complete meltdown. So I never get my hopes up high when you talk about football. You just got to be honest about, if everything goes well, this is what this team can be. So for me, man, I still believe that Raheem has some good qualities. He has great qualities to be a successful head coach. Players do love him. Has learned under a lot of legend and Hall of Fame coaches. He has that resume. Not too many coaches can say the things that he's been able to accomplish. But as Dunn is going to come in, and I want to throw the mic to him, because as he always say, you got to look at the body of evidence. The evidence says that he's absolute ass as a defensive coach. So, done. There you go.
I think he might have stepped up for a minute because he said he was going to be back in.
He was just talking. How you gonna say you gonna step off? Oh, hold on. What the hell? He got two things going on right now. What the hell going on with them?
Well,
hold on. Let me do this. All right, hold
on. Somebody just mentioned a state. He should pop up.
Okay.
Somebody mentioned some food.
I'm back.
All right, there you
go. I'm back. No, my computer's tripping.
All right, go ahead, Don.
What's the topic now? Because by the time when y'all
basically, I was talking about Raheem and the body of evidence surrounding him as a defensive coach. We're not talking about what he did. We're talking about as a head coach. Okay, as a head coach, the body of work surrounding him, when he has his as the ability to build his team and build his defense, what has he done? I stated that the body of evidence surrounding him as a defensive coach is absolute crap.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And I agree, but I'm gonna take it another step further, because when he was a defensive coordinator, he was suspect. Like, you was in Tampa Bay, you had Warren Sapp, you had Simeon Rice, you had Rondé Barber, you had John Lynch, you had guys that were Hall of Fame words. You had a whole roster of Hall of Fame talent down there in Tampa Bay. Then when those guys retired and they kicked John Gruden to the side, you took over and you didn't build nothing. He didn't build nothing. And then in Los Angeles, same thing. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but you had Aaron Donald, Leonard Ford, and doggone Miss Thing as a DB.
Don't forget Von Miller.
Von Miller,
Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle. Saying he had talent. That's why I've never been a fan of Raheem Morris. I never have. And I get everybody say, well, everybody in the league likes him. Okay. Everybody like Diddy. Look what happened to Diddy.
True that let's stop saying that he did a good job in with the Rams, because the Rams were already they had already been to the Super Bowl when he got there. Okay, it was
McVay from the jump. When McVay went to Los Angeles, he turned that 7-9 team under Jeff Fisher into a playoff Super Bowl caliber team. Let's be real.
Even as Atlanta Falcons team that he was an assistant head coach with, that defense wasn't very good. I think we was ranked like 25th, 26th.
25th,
25th
in
and then
total
Quinn Darrell was
defense.
17th. That's the highest defense we was ranked. And I think that was 2017. We was ranked 17th, and that's the highest we ever was ranked.
This man said Jeff Fisher. Who said anything? You see, this is why you tanky poo. Okay, this is why you tanky poo. You saying stupid shit.
Tanky poo.
Was he there with Jeff Fisher?
No.
So what are you talking about?
McVay was not there, and Jeff McVay was he was Washington. He was with Washington.
Washington. What are you talking about, bro?
Didn't Sean McVay get there in about 2016?
It was 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris was here.
Exactly. now, hold on. Now, McVay and Raheem, they did work together in Washington because before he came to Atlanta, he was with Washington under Mike Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
If you think Jeff Fisher was terrible, how he make it to the Super Bowl? Man, get your crack-headed ass. Go goddamn drink a beer or something.
You said Jeff Fisher made it to the Super Bowl. No.
Jeff Fisher.
Last time he was the Super Bowl was in 1999.
But he made it there. He was the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You can't be terrible if you make it to the Super Bowl and you've constantly had some of the best defenses now offensively. Now that's a whole nother. That right there is a whole nother story. But you can't say he's trash. He's done more than what Raheem has done.
Exactly. Like I could count like how many times Jeff Fisher made the playoffs. I can count a lot of times. A lot. How many times Raheem Morris made it on his own? Never.
But this ain't a smash Raheem. We're like I said, this is a conversation about every aspect of it. So this ain't a bash Raheem live. This ain't what it is.
We giving y'all facts. We giving y'all the optics of why we told you guys in the beginning when we hired this man what it's gonna look like, and now y'all see what we was talking about all along. So it is a we told you so type moment. But we back it up with facts. It's not opinions. None of this shit is opinions. This is a fact.
This is why you do your homework before you open your mouth.
Do anybody know how he got fired in Tampa Bay?
They don't.
His defense was ranked 30th in the league. In 2011. That's how he got fired.
Well, I would say this. I'm going to say it like this. And I know this talking point is going to come up sometime within this live when it comes to Raheem Morris and I've seen it, is why they going to say, why didn't we give Arthur Smith the same smoke? Because you know that's going to be coming up here in the next couple minutes in this chat. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people are giving Raheem Morris a lot of flack over Arthur Smith. Is because when Arthur Smith got here, didn't nobody expect this team to be worth a damn.
That part.
And I want to add something too. K-Styles, I ain't mean to interrupt you. And this is for the people who think that I'm against black folks or black culture. I'm not. Yeah, you may see my pictures on Facebook with my girlfriend and all that shit. And yes, I do have a mixed daughter, but they ain't got nothing to do with it. Trust me.
You got a snow bunny problem, y'all.
And let's be real. Too. And we talking about black candidates as black head coach candidates. Brian Flores was a better candidate than fucking Raheem Morris, if we being honest.
I must concur.
Jungle fever.
Shut up, Sam. But yeah. But see, this is where a lot of this outrage is coming from right now, because the expectation for this team was deep playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
Especially from where the main consensus thought was you was only one position away from getting to that. So he already came into a situation where the expectations was higher.
K-Styles, can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
Here's the problem. The reason why we giving him so much smoke for one, he's got more to work with than Arthur Smith had. Okay, let's make that clear.
That's the fact.
Number two, he came out of his mouth, and if you go back to the very first visual meeting that he had when he brought in Matt Ryan to talk to the team, he said, "Our job right now is to outrun the South. Next is to get into the playoffs. And when we get into the playoffs, anything can happen. If you think or know or have an inkling that's your goal, then everybody that heard you say it holds you to that standard." People are mad because he right now has not lived up to what he said. He's only 1/3 of the way there.
He got
He outran it,
everything.
and
He got every,
and the fact that he outran the South and was in first place by leaps and bounds, and all you had to do was finish it out,
You
and
know,
you just dropped the ball 4 games after that. Yeah, people are on your head.
you know what's funny? This man just put he got 10 sacks in the last 2 games, but you got 19 sacks the whole damn season. It took him 12 weeks to figure out. It took him 10 weeks to figure out that he need to be aggressive. That's a whole season.
the thing is, I'm gonna add what Juan said. Like we literally gave him more than what we gave Arthur Smith. Like you had a veteran quarterback who consistently put up numbers every year. Then we drafted a damn quarterback in the first round. And then we brought in Simmons, we brought in Judon, we brought in wide receivers, we brought in 3 wide receivers. Bro, what else do you want? What else do you need to be successful? It's you. You're the problem. You're the problem. Your scheme your defensive scheme is flawed. Offense is cold. We're not disciplined on offense. Like it points back to the coach.
And it ain't like you ain't got no experience in the box with Zach, on your side with the assistant head coach who's a DB's guy himself that you can learn from. It ain't like you ain't got experience to draw from.
You got Jerry Gray,
the problem.
You got Jerry, you got Huxtable, you got Jimmy Lake, you got all these defensive guys on your squad, but you rank dead last in the damn league. How sweet?
The biggest problem that and I gotta let Sam get a little piece of this. The biggest problem that we're having right now is everything is ties back to Kirk Cousins and his struggles. It pretty much is. That's pretty much what it comes down to. See, the main and where all this is kind of like a confusing thing. Like you said, the drafting of Michael Penix was something that wasn't the issue. The issue about drafting Michael Penix was the Kirk Cousins signing, even though the Kirk Cousins signing came right before that. But what happened is Kirk Cousins' struggles is going to be tied to Raheem Morris. Just like Desmond Ritter's struggles was tied to Arthur Smith. We've essentially, and I've been saying, and I've said this yesterday, and I think I said this today. We are repeating the same quarterback controversies we've seen this team go through for the last 3 years. The problem is that this team does, and Mike said, this team has no identity as far as what they want this team to be. Because if you have an identity or you have something that's going to be set in stone, you're not going to go through 3 straight years of quarterback controversy. You know, if Michael Penix starts right now, if he starts next week, do you know this is going to be the 7th quarterback in the last 3 years to start a game for the Falcons?
That is nuts.
So the expectations came with it were greater this year than it was last year. So, like you said, if you upset that Raheem Morris is catching flack right now because because he's tied to Kirk Cousins, that's the guy that he wanted to bring in. Kirk Cousins started off hot. We sitting there swagging and surfing, and Kirk O'Chains, you like that?
Let's be clear. He chose. It wasn't Terry Fontenot that was chosen. He chose Kirk Cousins. He wanted to come in and get a veteran quarterback. So that be clear.
Because that was somebody he was familiar with.
Because he that's why he brought in Ken Zampese. Ken Zampese had he played with Kirk. So those guys collaborated on bringing that. So this is something that they wanted, and Terry obliged.
And we were popular until we weren't.
Mm-hmm. So basically, right now, what's going on is the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario has fell upon us, and that now it's okay. It's what's the answer? So go ahead, Sam, man. Go ahead and get your piece of that.
I mean, were we really expecting to go 16-0?
I don't think it was necessarily the 16-0.
No,
The
I'm
thing,
just
go ahead,
speaking
Sam,
to the mindset of the fan base and some of the talking heads and the what I'm saying on national level and in some cases on these podcast levels. Were we really expecting to go 16-0? Was that the expectation? And if it was, why? That's insanity.
Yeah, that is insane.
Okay, because number one, you got to think about something other than this draft class. From this past off season. Does they do they totally have their guys?
Defensively, hell no.
Okay, yeah. Now, take that to the side in the lunchbox. You get Troy back in 2 straight weeks. We're getting pressure. We're sacking the quarterback. Then the crash out crew just crashes.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Okay, if people can stand up and stand on Dirty Kirk's neck with both feet all you want to, but if you're not, please tell me, was Kirk Cousins out there checking Addison or Jefferson? What was he?
It was atrocious.
Was he?
It was atrocious.
You know what I'm saying? He's responsible for 2 turnovers. Right? Yeah, he is. Right? Not even taking that away. But when Rufus's boy fumbled, when he did where he did, and we were still in the damn game up until that point right there. That fumble, which led to 2 unanswered touchdowns. Like Kirk said, we were tied at 21. The next time I got my hands on the ball, we were down 35-21. People out here and are just dismissing us giving up 35 points in the fucking air. How the fuck you gonna dismiss that?
Let me throw something else in there, Sam. I was watching K-Styles sent me the link to Mike Turner. I'm still, hey boy, I know you hear me, Mike. God damn it, I need you on the show. I know you watch the damn show. I need you on it. Hit me up, god damn it, so we can have you on the show. But
right.
those guys was talking about the Atlanta Falcons then they set a franchise record with penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Like this it's that bad. So for me, it's not just the defense. For me, I'm saying that the reason why I say this is a coaching matter more so than Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins for me, like, ain't no excuse for the bullshit I've been saying for him. None. Zero. No excuses. Zero. Zilch. Zero, nada, none. All right, for him, it's no excuse. But when you have this many penalties, like I don't know how many times Bijan Robinson scored a touchdown and he done got called back. I don't know how many 50-yard touchdowns I've seen from him and then got called back because of penalties. See, those things right there, that right there is a lack of coaching. That is who you are. It's because these guys are they're not disciplined. And at some point, Sam, what do you do? What do you do in this instance when you got your offense committing that many penalties? What's the next course of action? What you would do in that situation?
As far as coming up to the next game.
Yes, just like trying to eliminate the penalties because it's been an all-season issue and it hasn't gotten any better. What are you doing that?
In one end, I honestly think the officiating community has it out for us because 3 of them penalties that was called on us on Sunday. And I'm still going back and looking like, okay, where is this? Where is this? And we've gone through all 13 of these games. There's been at least 3 penalties every game, and we're all sitting around like, where? And like and true form, every time Bijan gets anything over 13 yards on the run, there is a fucking flag on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I don't think that's a damn coincidence.
I've noticed that every time we get in the red zone, they always start throwing flags all willy-nilly. I have noticed that.
Yeah, I have a good reason why that is. Remember that I pointed out when the season started. Dirty Kirk, 53 attempts in the red zone, 34 touchdowns.
But you know what, Sam? You on to something because it ain't just on offense; it's on defense. And I've been saying this all season. Every time you remember that game where the Atlanta Falcons defense was knocked out about 3 or 4 players?
Yep.
Put them on the sideline. Every time the Atlanta Falcons get aggressive and play the way they're supposed to play, they put a penalty out there to tame us and to tone us down. And what does Raheem do? Okay, we gonna back off. Let's we don't want no penalties. Let's go ahead and play softball. And then we playing softball. The other team is kicking our behinds, holding, grabbing, doing all this other stuff. They're not calling it, but yet and still you don't want the Falcons to play full strength.
Look, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question about Sunday. Because we was watching the game. And what was one of the main things that stomped the hell out of me in that game, if y'all remember correctly? When the Vikings kicked that field goal and it was 10-7 and they came back from commercial break, all of a sudden they got the ball back and says that, well, and I said, and I looked like, the hell just happened?
They never explained it.
We didn't get an explanation until the next quarter about what happened.
That part. And I keep saying, we are harder on our team because wherever our team goes, we have to play the team, the fans, and the officials.
Let me say this. Let me say this. See, this is all the more reason to bring in a guy like something Sam that I was talking about. The guy that currently works for ESPN. Y'all know him, Mr. Ryan. This is all the more reason to come in there because there is an agenda. We know there's an open agenda against him, so he won't give a flying fuck if he gets fined. That man don't care. This is why you got to stop bringing all these pussy punk ass coaches in that's going to say, "Golly gee, we just getting like no." I need my coaches to be Bobby Cox. I need my coaches to be Rich Ryan and Buddy Ryan. When you getting picked on, when you feel like you being picked on, somebody got to stand the fuck up and say, "Hey, bro, none of this. You ain't finna keep coming at my boys like this. We got to fight." You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna scrap.
You gonna
This
come
is why
crap.
they didn't want the Falcons to hire Bill Belichick or Jim Harbaugh because they know them guys are nonsense and they ain't with that fuck shit.
And the team would have taken on their personality, which means that you see the sacks that we got in these last two games, multiply that times 10. The same group of guys, multiply that times 10. If you thought Jesse Bates was getting interceptions, multiply the DB room times 10. This team has shown the NFL when we play aggressive, there's not a damn team out there that can deal with us. If we'd have played aggressive, more aggressive than normal with the Vikings, that game was winnable. We would have walked out of there with a decent win.
They
You
need
can't get to the Super Bowl.
Jerry Glanville, man. This Falcon need to get back in black with Jerry Glanville attitude. Bennett, they need to get back at that. Stop fucking caring about the media. Fuck them motherfuckers. That's what they need.
I don't necessarily believe that changing coaches would be the
I'm talking about the mentality.
I know what you're saying, but I mean, I'm just speaking to everybody's overall vitriol of let's. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Saying, Sam, hold on, calm down, goddammit. I said that's because I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that this is not what we're saying. We're not saying that. I'm agreeing with Sam when we talk about that. Nobody said fire him. Okay. But what we talking about, Sam, what he was talking about earlier, is fireable offenses. These are fireable offenses that we're talking about. So when it happens, if it happens, we'll know why. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, teams, fire coaches and GMs after 1 year or every other year, and those organizations have had no success doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody, and I hate to even talk about this motherfucker, but everybody wanted Shanahan's head in 2015.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Everybody wanted his head, and it's the second year. You know what I mean? Some of everything for the positive happened. That offense set records.
But what happened, Sam?
But that defense.
No. What happened in the offseason? Because Shanahan he did not want to change. They forced his ass to change.
Yeah, they forced him to change. That happened, and with Julio finally coming, to Matt Ryan's offseason, camp.
Oh gosh, you really went there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When your stars portray themselves like stars and show up like stars and do the work like stars, you see what happened in 2016. I said all that just to say, maybe we, that we could all take a breath. Yeah, we do need some particular type of change on the defensive end. What's the guy? Wilkes or Rex Ryan or who's the fucking ever? We need a change. You know what I'm saying? A solid, real fucking change. This need to be some Mike Ditka, Buddy Ryan type shit going on right here.
We need somebody with an actual resume that has success, not no bullshit just because y'all besties and shit.
This is how Mike McDonald got a job in Seattle because everywhere he went, he showed results. Yes, he's a young coach, but everywhere he's been, he called his own defense. Georgia, and he's at Georgia, he worked with the DBs, and Georgia at that time when when Kirk came there and stuff, they were pushing out DBs to the NFL. Then he went to Baltimore, worked under Don Martindale. They had one of the best defenses in the league. And then he went to Michigan and turned the defensive program around in 21. Then went back to Baltimore. They kept the same defense. And he's up there in Seattle, and look at them. They about to take first place in the division.
And you know what? And I'm gonna reference back to something that Sam said.
I know. I'm sorry. Just give me just 60 seconds, real quick. So you're trying to tell me, Tanky Tinky, that the defense not being able to stop the run or get a pass rush is
the same thing I was thinking.
Is Kirk Cousins' fault? I mean, y'all really, when y'all grab a bone on some stupid shit and just say it, do you hear yourself?
They literally near the bottom of the category of every statistical category defensively. Okay, so this is why nobody is saying fire Raheem. Nobody said that, but he keep this shit up. He gonna be fired because his level of expertise ain't offense. Okay, he was an overseer of that offensive room. Okay, he's the overseer. He wasn't the guy that was putting the plan together. That lie with all the guys that we see now that is seeing head coaches, huh? They got their head coaches right now. Mm-hmm. He was the only one out of that whole fucking bunch that didn't get a head coaching job. But y'all keep thinking that he's an offensive genius and all that type of shit. He's a defensive coach. Okay, that's what he is. But everywhere, this is what we keep talking about. Y'all keep talking about all this. Oh, everywhere he been? No, it's not. Every time he's been a head coach, he's failed. His defense has been absolute shit.
Okay, now have y'all paid attention? See, some of y'all, I don't know if y'all.
I got it because somebody said something earlier. I apologize, Warren, because somebody said earlier that he made the playoffs in Tampa Bay. Do you realize that was the year that they ended up they fired him because the offense wasn't doing it, but the defense did their job. So he made the playoffs the next year. Okay, he made the playoffs that year, but when he was in full and complete control of that team, his defense got worse, and that's why I think they ended up 4-12. And then the same thing, you go back, anytime he's had success, he's had somebody else's team. He's had somebody else's personnel.
But see, if y'all go back and look at the end of the game after, they haven't showed it a lot, but it's on X. He walked up and did "I'm sorry, Daddy" hug to Blank. Like you fucked up. I have never seen any coach that played under Arthur Blank walk up to him and hug him from behind during a loss. And Blank turns around like, "What the fuck? Oh, it's you. It's you, radio. What is it? I'm sorry, coach. I did too many reverses, coach." And then he hugged him. "Paul, you po nigga. I'm sorry. Go on to the back. Go on to the back before I fire you." And that's what it was. He knew he fucked up because this was a winnable game. You have a staff underneath you as a head coach for a reason, because guess what? You ain't the smartest one in the room. Mike said this last season about Arthur Smith. If you the smartest one in the room on your coaching staff, you have a big problem. You have a big problem. And what I see is, for me, a lot of the guys that's on this staff are not really learning from the veterans. The veterans are allowing them to do what they do so they can get their feet wet, so they can learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they're not pulling the reins when they, okay, you know what? You're getting out of pocket. Let me show you how to do this right quick. That's the problem. You got veterans, but the veterans are not pulling reins saying, hey, this ain't working. You know, we know better than this. Hence why you saw the defense change these last two games with the pass rush, with getting to the quarterback.
I just find it funny.
And that happened because Troy Anderson went back on the field.
I did that, Sam, because that's not like Troy Anderson was there, but you notice the young guys are the guys that's leading this charge defensively. Zach Harrison has been in that lineup, y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell,
Yep.
Eddie Goldman was on the field. You see what he did?
The guy that everybody said couldn't rush the pass, so he couldn't do anything. He's been on the field. So it's the young guys. So the thing is, he's not playing. He's still sticking to that old football philosophy. We're gonna play all the veterans, and all the young guys gonna sit down and watch. That's what he's doing, and that's the problem. Instead of getting the guy who's playing the best and playing the best guys, he's playing his veteran guy. He's letting these veterans just hog the team because offensively, do we even know that? I don't even know if I've seen a rookie on the damn offense.
Roop didn't play. They held him back. I don't know if they thought he wasn't ready or whatever, based off his injury. But yeah, he was gonna play, but they didn't, and they decided not to.
You said offensively rookies?
Yeah, offensively.
No.
Well, like I said, outside of Penix and Jace McClellan in the Denver game and the Seattle game, and Casey Washington, that's pretty much it. So we just pretty much really only seen them in one game.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think this is my hypothesis. I honestly think if we lose this Raiders game this Monday coming up, I think we're not going to see Kirk Cousins for the rest of the season. You're going to have to pretty much put Penix out there. And I get it that we may be one game behind the Buccaneers right now. But if Kirk's not doing what he needs to do and we continue to run the same defensive scheme, Raheem's going to try to – he gotta find a scapegoat. He's going to have to find a scapegoat. And I'm playing devil's advocate right now. This is not something I want. Right. Because I'm not running the damn team. I'm just going off patterns of what goes on because the same patterns that Raheem shows, it's the same shit that Dan Quinn did. He found scapegoats in Richard Smith. He found a scapegoat in Steve Sarkisian. He found a scapegoat in Marco Emmanuel. So people like that, coaches like that, they'll never take any type of accountability. And you see it's trickling down to the players because now Kirk Cousins in the press conference yesterday, he didn't even take any accountability. He threw the defense under the bus. We know the defense playing like trash, but you threw 3 interceptions yesterday.
Like I said, it was the truth, but like him saying, even mentioning, and it's
still not good.
It was taken out of context just a little bit. He didn't say the whole, but like to just mention the fact that when he got another chance, we was already down to 2 touchdowns. It's just something you shouldn't have said.
Yeah, you should never said that. You was right. He was right. You could be right about the wrong thing or wrong about the right thing. But the thing is, that should have never came out your mouth. You should have just took accountability of what you do. Don't worry about the defense because you ain't even playing on that unit. You playing on the offense. Look, like a Matt Ryan, even Mike Vick when he was here, that would have never came out their mouth.
It's called reading the room.
I'll give Vic that until that last game with Falcons fan was booing the shit out of him. He took accountability. He was saying, "Look, I got to play better. I got to play better. This is on me. I fumbled the ball. I threw it in." And Matt Ryan always says, "I got to do better." He never mentioned the defense. They took that, and that's what a quarterback. You shouldn't even mention the fact that. Like, you shouldn't even be mentioning the defensive side of the ball if you're offensive guy. You shut the hell up and you stay on your side of your ball. That's why I like what Jesse Bates did. It's like, ain't nobody going to feel sorry for us. We got to play better. Period, point blank.
Yeah, that's the leader.
Offense. He ain't mentioned the offense got this touchdown and they did this. Nah, fuck that. All right? You shouldn't even mention it. You worry about your side of the ball.
Yeah. Because now what happens is, now they looking at you with the side eye, even though they on defense. They like this. You ain't no leader. You start losing respect for a man that can't keep to his own side of the ball and take. Y'all entirely gonna take an ass with.
Hold on one. I just thought about this. Anybody ever take a wild guess? I know this probably went over so many people's heads. But Kirk Cousins is not a team captain.
He not.
I want y'all to really sit on
I
that.
never paid attention.
Yeah, because yesterday they sent Jake, Grady, and Jesse, I believe. Those guys are the team captains.
Cause remember, Kirk was a team captain until that New Orleans game. I think they took it away from him after that New Orleans game.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had that patch on him again since.
Because I'm gonna be honest, he has to earn it. He has to earn it, and he's lost. I hate to say it, but it's the elephant in the room, and he been burping. He has lost the confidence of the front office. I'm sorry, he lost the confidence of them. They just ain't going. They ain't said they gonna ready to put him out the pasture, but. Because I can guarantee you right now, if this Penix thing wasn't an issue right now, Kirk will be he's on his way out the door. Kirk will be on his way out the door.
I don't even. I literally decode him, but I don't even think he's the biggest problem. I think he's one of many.
Oh yeah, they say he had the patch yesterday. I didn't even pay no damn attention to it.
Well, he wasn't playing like so.
He didn't go out. He didn't go out on the.
So he was so he was a captain, but he wasn't one of the major captains on the team. So he's like a second. Right. So he's a second tier captain on the team.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
That is really interesting, y'all. He wasn't even on the. It was the coin toss, and I saw it. I believe it was Tori Malcahaney, and she was saying that Jesse and Grady were out. I was like, hold up, he in Minnesota, he didn't even go out to the. I was like, yeah. So, that like I said, it's interesting, man. It's really interesting how they've done.
Because I'm just going over these numbers here, and the site that I use, and I let everybody know the site that I use is teamrankings.com. And I'm just that's why I've kind of been quiet over here, because I'm just looking at some of these numbers offensively. Like when you're looking at the Falcons offense being 8th overall in the league, 2nd in passing and 12th in rushing, that's telling you right there that what you always say, those 4 plays offensively, them turnovers, like you said, it's the bonehead plays. There's a quote that Cam Newton used on his podcast, and he quoted Bill Belichick. I'm gonna say this again. The quote was, in order for you to win games, you have to prevent from losing games. Turnovers, missed opportunities, not blocking, missing gap assignments. This is really one of the biggest things. See, where it's going with Kirk Cousins right now is it's the fact that he's putting up the yardage. See, this is the thing not a lot of people not talking about. He's putting the yardage up. But the 0 touchdowns to 10 interceptions is the telling story. And when we're talking about that press conference yesterday where you was talking about throwing him under the bus, it was bad timing. It's the wrong time because you're struggling. Everybody is looking for every reason to put Junebug in this game.
Yeah. Can I ask everybody in the chat or anybody? Some of y'all in the chat in the military. I don't know who's marksman or not, but have you ever seen a marksman shoot himself in the foot and continue to hit targets? When the last time you ever seen a marksman shoot himself in the foot and continue shooting targets effectively? It doesn't happen. It can't happen. So, like Belichick said, you can't beat yourself up, cause yourself to lose, and then try to win a game. That they don't work. They don't exist in the same space.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you this number right here. And this is coming with those turnovers. In the last 3 games, the bottom 5 teams as far as giveaways per game is the Raiders, the Buccaneers, the 49ers, the Falcons, and Lord have mercy, Cleveland is right below us at 2.7 giveaways per game. The last 3 games. So I need to say that one more time.
Yeah.
2.7 giveaways per game.
It's almost 3. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Cleveland's right below us with 3 per game.
And they in the top category in three different sections.
Drew said the defense has 1 takeaway in the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that.
Boy, that's 0.23%.
That's 10. That's 11. Hold on, because he got 10 interceptions and plus a couple of them fumbles. We got 12 giveaways to 1 takeaway in the last 5 games.
But that's what he built that secondary on. You can't build a defense off takeaways. It's the most ignorant crap you can ever do.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know we was the Salvation Army out here.
Well, in those same 5 games, if I'm not mistaken, including, and this is including yesterday, I think we've given up about 11 passing touchdowns.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Because you didn't really give up 1 against them. It wasn't necessarily too many. I don't think they gave up that many. Well, outside of really the Denver game, I think the Denver game. It was outside of really the Seahawks game, the Denver game, and the Vikings game. Defense really hasn't been giving up that many scores.
Mm-mm. We've been giving the ball back to them on offense more than the defense has been giving up. So
the problem that with the defense, how it looked, the secondary looked like absolute dog water yesterday, falling on their damn faces.
I don't know what
I'm trying
to the Crashout crew just crashed.
bruh. They done turned D Alford into a meme for the rest. He's a meme for the rest of the week. They literally got like 9,000 memes of D Alford. I've seen 15 of them in the last 8 hours.
How you fall down 2 times?
That man was seeing Casper the Ghost. He was getting chased by Casper the Ghost. That man still running. See, it's not. Everybody keep talking about it's not his fault that he threw the coverage. We know Jesse Bates was out of it, but the thing is, it wasn't nobody over there, and he still went over there. Why you even do that? The guy standing, it's Justin Jefferson in front. He right in front of you, and the part about it, he saw him and still left him to go somewhere else.
I believe if that camera wasn't on him, he'd have ran straight over there and jumped up into the stands with the fans. I promise you.
You know how your controller gets stuck, the button gets stuck. That's what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah. So he glitched. He glitched.
So what Minnesota's biggest adjustment they made was we just gonna move the pocket with Sam Darnold.
Because they was the Falcons playing outside zone. They were playing everything
outside leverage. Yep.
So you move the pocket to get them to stay put, because what you got when you got a mobile quarterback like that, chances are he gonna get outside the pocket. So they got to bite inside. they got to bite inside to stop him. So when you do that, the wide receivers they get outside of it.
Oh Lord, there they go. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Crisscross. Yeah, he did crisscross on that play. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just one play. That was just equivalent of seeing Tajay Sharp and Russell Gage run into each other on Thursday Night
Right.
Football. That was the equivalent of that.
Yes, it was. That and look, that was up there with Mariota doing the butt throw.
That was bad, man. And like I said, and D Alford, and that was just, and like I said, D Alford normally has good game. That was just a bad game. That was just a bad moment.
Yeah.
That was a bad moment for him because he looked lost. He looked lost. He tried to play catch up. I don't know why he turned to the sideline when the receiver was inside. He panicked.
Nah. You know what that was the equivalent of? That was the equivalent of the road runner making that left turn and the coyote keep going off the cliff. That's exactly what that looked like. Justin Jefferson made that left, and he was done.
Well, regardless of what you think, Brian Sanders, we're still in the middle of a playoff run, bro. Regardless of what you think, we're still in the middle of a playoff chase.
Yeah, we're in the hunt.
We're still in the middle of a playoff chase. And if making a switch in the middle of a playoff chase, now that would be a fireable offense.
So let me ask y'all a question. Let's just say hypothetically they pull that trigger. Do you think Penix will have the gall to will them towards the playoffs?
Let me say this. Let me start off because I talked about this earlier. What they will do, hopefully, what they will do for Penix, because Penix is he can sling it, but I believe because of them trying to make sure he don't get hurt or don't nothing foolish happen to him, they would have it to where we're gonna run the ball and it's gonna be a lot of check downs, or Mike was saying like screens and stuff like that. Because what it would be is it would almost be like a hurry up offense. Because if you look at the next teams that we're playing, they're beginning to get riddled with injuries. Certain players on teams now ahead of us are getting riddled with injuries. So the Falcons should be able to take advantage of that. And Penix, knowing how he is, he's going to try to rally the offense so they can go out there and win. Because like I told Mike, he has nothing. He ain't got nothing to lose. He's going into a game not scared. He's not scared of Kirk getting back on the field. He don't care. He want to play. He's hungry.
Well, I mean, I agree with everybody saying that, if he's ready or not. Anytime you're a first round pick and you have the abilities and the arm that he has, this dude has a gifted arm. So I'm not going to say that he doesn't have the ability to turn his team around, because he does have that ability. But is that the only factor that makes him successful? Absolutely not. So the inexperience is something you have to take into account also when you talk about making that switch. And I continue to say this: the only way the Atlanta Falcons, this is something that John Gruden stated on his channel. Go check him out. One of the cardinal sins for a quarterback is throwing interceptions. You cannot do that. It don't matter. He's not throwing 1 interception, 2 interceptions. Kirk is throwing 3 and 4. Okay? I don't look. Everybody is right when you talk about the circumstances in itself. Does it make sense to start Penix over Kirk Cousins? Absolutely not. If you look at the experience versus inexperience, it doesn't make sense. But there's a cardinal sin that's being had right now. He's throwing 3 and 4 every game now.
Mm-hmm.
It is his fault. So that right there makes this situation unique in itself. And this is why I don't want to be in Raheem's position, because he's gonna have to make that decision. They're gonna have to make that
That
decision whether or not it's something that they want to do. But you can't say that Kirk Cousins is not, like, bro, he's doing it to himself. This is a cardinal sin where quarterbacks cannot throw. He's throwing. He's missed. That man threw that motherfucker to them big ass goddamn. You go to the circus and them motherfuckers standing on them stilts. That motherfucker was throwing some motherfucker on stilts. I don't know who the fuck he was trying to throw, but Kyle Pitts ain't the 6'6". Who
Them
the fuck
them
you throwing to?
them brothers on stilts would have fell over trying to catch that ball. They wouldn't have been able to catch that shit either.
because and then, like I said, this was the worst case scenario that nobody really wanted to see
Mm-hmm.
or nobody thought was going to be. But this is a major decision right here, and this is going to be one of the biggest decisions Raheem Morris is going to have to make. Because the thing is, this is not one thing where you got a Kirk Cousins in here where you're paying him the vet minimum. See, if he was making the vet minimum, they probably would have made that decision.
Mm-hmm.
If,
I
if
think so too, Ken.
Or if you had another guy that was there just to bridge right then and there.
if
It's a quicker decision.
if we keep Kirk in the game going forward, literally, Mike said that they're gonna have to dumb down that offense, damn near to the point where we're gonna be heavy on the run. A lot of these plays. Because you passing it, especially anything over 10 yards, sir, you on pass restrictions. I don't give a shit how much experience you got. You on pass restrictions. Anything between 5 and 10 yards, that's your limit. And we running the ball.
Let me respond. That's not what Sam said. All right, what he's talking about is for me. He's right in that instance when we talking about, like, when you got a veteran quarterback and got a young quarterback. At this, when you're still in the playoff hunt, the right thing to do is stay with the veteran who got you there. Mike Penix didn't get us there, so sitting Kirk Cousins at that time doesn't make sense. So, but the thing is, when he's in this instance where he's literally one of the biggest factors, including the defense, including missing field goals, he's one of the biggest factors of losing us. So this is why it's a unique situation where the Atlanta Falcons head coach got to make that decision on whether or not he's going to allow Kirk to quote unquote throw himself back into a good rhythm, or he's just going to let him throw him out of the playoffs. So this is a situation that's him. This is not an easy decision at all.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question here. This is the conspiracy theories brain that I'm going with this. We're seeing Kirk Cousins struggle right now, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that he's allowing it to keep going so Kirk Cousins makes the decision for him?
I'd say yes, because he's leaning on the fact that Kirk has experience and he's a veteran. So he's probably looking at it from the standpoint of, you're a veteran, you're a professional. It's your games to win or lose. You got to get out of it. You got to work yourself out of this funk.
Because I would think, and we kind of talk about, like, on leadership side of things, if we see somebody that's kind of struggling, a lot of times you make the proper adjustments in certain situations to calm that guy down in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you see, okay, he's thrown this many interceptions this one game, the adjustment would be, okay, let's not put him in situations to make throws like that. If you see that the wide receivers are getting their routes jumped because we're pretty much running the same 3 or 4 routes, what's the adjustment that could help alleviate some of that burden of him trying to do too damn much?
You know what, Kev? You just said something. You alluding to something. when Kirk starts having his meltdown, or when we start seeing that we're on a run, and then we get that one bad play, they automatically take the playbook and start squeezing it to do the same stuff over and over, instead of saying, okay, look, for this next play, let's kind of dumb it down, give Kirk a minute to compose himself, and then we're going to try a different play that has a different look, that's going to do something different. They try to almost like trying to force the same play over and over again until it works. Well, by that time, the defense and defensive coordinators have already caught on to what's going on, so they've already made their adjustments. It's almost like you ain't helping to settle him, and you're not changing the play call enough to where he can calm down, and then you can do something different to do something different to throw off the defense. So then by the time it gets out of hand, now you're trying to be tricky. And usually by that time we're behind 2 scores. So it's a combination of Zach Robinson having to make adjustments, Raheem Morris saying, hey, make this adjustment right quick on this next play to calm him down if we still on the field. None of that's happening. You're leaving him to his own devices because he's a veteran. You're not telling Zach Robinson to change shit up for a second and then do something different. You're trying to force plays and force your veteran quarterback to get it together.
All right, so what is that comment right there? What are you talking about? You talking about the starting job?
What, you talk about what I just said?
No, this comment on the screen. What did Kirk
You said
mean?
Kirk said yesterday he doesn't want it if he hasn't earned it. There's your fucking decision, Raheem.
Oh, you talking about the starting job?
Yeah.
That's a bitch ass. If he said that, fuck you, you soft fucking. Oh my god, I almost said that word.
Yeah,
That's a pussy ass fucking statement. This is some punk shit. I will sack his ass if I'm goddamn Grady Jarrett for saying this bullshit. The fuck you mean you don't want the job if you haven't earned it? Bitch,
so basically with that take like that, that's already showed you that mentally he's
already
not there.
Out.
He's giving up.
Statement.
He's giving up. He's giving up. And the thing in here, this is where the decision comes in at. We can all say that it's an easy decision. We can all say it's an easy decision. But that's $100 million investment right there that you made.
And I'm gonna be honest, Kev, and sorry to cut you off. This is now with that statement that Blackberry said, this is now where the head coach got to put his foot in his quarterback's ass and be like, whoa, bro, hold up. First of all, shut the fuck up. Calm your damn nerves. You've been in this league longer than half of these niggas on this team. What we gonna do is this. Me and Zach gonna get together. We gonna tell you what plays we're going to run on the offense till you get your nutsack out your wife's purse. Okay? Then what we gonna do, once you start to get a little bit more comfortable, then we'll allow you to throw it 5-10 yards. Give him passing restrictions and run that damn ball. Why? Because right now you mentally have given up as a quarterback, and we ain't invested no $180 million in your monkey ass for you to be having a pity party. Get off your ass, get out there with the offense, and run these motherfucking plays we tell you to run. If you want to act like a rookie, we're going to treat you like one. Till you decide you want to act like a veteran. Fuck that.
So basically what it may possibly just come down to is we may have to go back to a situation where you're just gonna have if he's mentally checked out like that. Is if Michael Penix if Michael Penix is be, being there is affecting him that much, and kind of like the news of him being there and it's affecting his play. I think that's just the better off the like you said. You gotta let Kirk fall on his face, because the thing about it is, and I understand if they would put Penix out there, but the thing is you don't want to give Raheem, you don't want to give the Falcons culture an excuse as to why they didn't make the playoffs. Because the thing is, if they bench him, you know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're gonna turn Mike. Now you're trying to make Junebug the savior. If it
So,
works out that way, that's good on June. That's good on Penix. But the thing about it is we have to remember the beginning of the year, they rolled and died on the hill about Kirk Cousins. So, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, so Raheem has to make a choice here. If you seen one of your leaders on the field is showing mental weakness,
he
he's
crying on the
vulnerable right now.
You're crying on the sideline. Like
You
and
like I
right,
said,
like
the thing about it is it is tough, but I, I don't think you can have a guy out there leading the team out there if he's mentally broken right
You know what? I've been thinking about something too. This is probably way off the way, but he's won one playoff game in his career, correct?
now. Yeah,
And what game did he fall apart and this start this downslide? What team did we play?
the Saints.
Okay, I'm like
Well, it was really the Seahawks. It was really the Seahawks game.
okay. You ever notice something? He got beyond his injury, mental block, whatever. I'm, I'm just thinking off basis. Do you think this man right now is mentally he mentally don't want to get into the playoffs?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Because remember, that's a whole nother chip on his shoulder. It's like, okay, you get through the season, you'd improve this. Now you in the playoffs. Now you got to prove another. Now you got to dispel another thing, which is you can't get past one game in the playoffs.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, because that's a mindset you don't want leading your team.
True, you
I
don't.
always say it like this. I'd rather have a guy that sucks but believes that he can play than a guy who's mentally shot. Because you can rally behind somebody that may not be that good, but he gonna fight.
Yeah, he might be 5'2", but at least he gonna swing up something. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna hit you in the nuts or bite you on the ass, one of the two.
Mm-hmm. Right. And and like you said, unfortunately, right now, they got to make a decision. He's going to make a decision. He's going to have to reassure something. They're going to have to switch because the thing I can't say is I can't put this on Zach Robinson for the simple fact that this offense is averaging the last 3 to 4 games over 450 yards a game.
Yeah,
so they're moving the ball.
We heard from 2 offensive guys, and they both backs say these are good plays. Running back know if it's a good play or not. Okay, they know. They not gonna lie.
Right.
And that's why I said what I said. If you know your quarterback is his throwing ability ain't on par, dumb that shit down and run the ball. You know your backs can run the ball and do what they got to do. We seen it. And like Ju said, when we got something on the field working, we go away from it. And then now Kirk got to play hero ball. That's the problem. If you keep doing what works, Kirk ain't got to play hero ball. That means he ain't got to force nothing. And if I know he's not on par, I'm not going to put him in a position to force something.
But that's the problem too. We did that yesterday, and he's still missing throws, easy throws. So that's not even. The Falcons have been the last couple of games. They have been running the ball 30+ times.
Like you said, the thing about it is the balance is there. They're moving the ball. Like you said, they had 500 yards on the total yesterday. The problem is it comes down to the turnovers, just like what you said. You got to stop turning the ball over. But somebody asked a question to the panel. Nathan Floyd here said, "Do you think Raheem has Kirk playing hurt through this 4-game slide to prevent a quarterback controversy?"
Nah.
Kirk fine. He's just 36, bro.
Sometimes he's hitting the mental wall. He like you said, he hit that wall.
He want to play, but his body and his mind just sometimes your body and your mind when you playing football, like you just can't. I put a quote with the great Mike Tyson when he lost his last fight. It was like, yeah, I have the mental ability to get in shape and to box, but like my heart, I just don't have that animal instinct anymore. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just leaves you, and you like it may not be Junebug. Maybe it's just sometimes you just lose that animal instinct. Like it happens to even the heart of a gangster. Like even the greatest, the biggest, most vicious gangsters end up just saying, "Look, man, I want to marry someone and have some kids." I'm like, motherfucker, you done shot everybody in the fucking universe. You talking about settling down into having kids? Like it happens. So that could very well be it. Sometimes players they don't want to. We've seen this with several players. They just like, man, you retired. Barry Sanders said it. I mean, Barry Sanders just his heart just wouldn't. He was still Barry Sanders, but he was just like, bro, it's like the injuries, trying to play through these injuries and the grind, and it's like he just mentally wasn't able to play. So it happens to every player. So it could very well just be that for him.
I mean, and for everybody that's got a problem with it, you roll with the good and the bad. That is what it is. You roll with the good and the bad. That's just part of it. We have no look. Let's be real. Let's get a gut check. We as fans have no control over what the Atlanta Falcons do or do not do on the field. You can buy all the damn tickets you want. You can have as many season tickets as you like. Ain't gonna change shit. They're gonna do what they're gonna do at the end of the day. Ain't none of us here getting paid to make decisions for that organization. None. So I mean, at this point, y'all didn't put $180 million in the Kirk. Let him ride it out. And one thing Mike used to say, great players find a way to win. So, and everybody then went through their stint. Even Brady, I'm gonna tell you right now, Patrick Mahomes had a terrible year. I know y'all ain't forgot that. I remember seeing Patrick Mahomes getting his behind toe out behind the line of scrimmage on a lot of games. I'm like, damn, Patrick, what's up?
But
he just had a bad year.
Kansas City is literally winning games on bullshit this year.
That skin of teeth and ass cheeks. Literally.
But the thing, but like you said, the reason why they're able to win games on bullshit is in certain situations when they need it to happen, they need something to happen, they not turning the ball over.
And their defense is closing.
and they closing. There you go, Sam. I had to lob that one up to you, Sam. I wanted to make sure I lobbed that one up to you.
Yeah.
What do you think about this conversation, Sam? Because I know you've been listening, man. What do you think? What do you think is going on? You think Kirk Cousins having a mental lapse? Do you think he's pressing?
I'm it's a little bit of everything because I'm leaning toward what Mike has been saying over the last few weeks about his age. I mean, coming from that Achilles, I've been saying, I've stood on all year, really not being surprised with where we're at. When you are in a certain position and you partly pressing, and you feeling your body, because we all know it, 36 in football years is grandpa age. Okay. And you're having, there's a lot of compensating going on from a mental standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm looking at it at this point as it, being law of averages, some got to give. In my heart of heart, I just don't believe he's gonna keep playing like this. I can't really, what I'm saying, but hey, it's another one of those hurrying up to wait. You know what I'm saying, to see.
The thing about it is you're hoping for that veteran side of him to say, okay, snap out of it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Hey, we got a $5 super chat here from Terry Lloyd, and I do remember Terry Lloyd did ask this question last week. He said Kirk Cousins just hit the wall mentally and physically
Yeah.
because and this is where Sam is coming from, and Sam, make sure you correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want, like you said, you don't want to rush the rookie out there. I know for us as football fans, we want to see the change like that. But you don't want, like you said, you want to ease him in. This is what we've been talking about the last 3 years. That is
Yeah,
that where you're going with it, Sam?
yeah. And no, I'm not saying he's still hurt. That's not what I'm saying. But when you're coming off the type of injury that he's coming off of, that's a physical strain as well as a mental, and then he has been getting hit, you know.
His body probably ain't doing what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's why I said a lot of this could just be that alone. Like when you have a devastating, like this injury is, in a lot of terms, it's a career killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In baseball, it don't matter what. That's a career killer. And his body, he just not accustomed of his body doing certain things. Now he can't protect himself the way he typically used to. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So I think, me personally, just what I'm saying, I told the fellas, I told everybody in the chat, I said, I think he's done.
Yeah, you got to think he's playing 17 games, and all 17 of those games he has to be.
No, it's not even that. It's not even physically. I think he's done mentally. Because
That's what I was getting to.
when a quarterback starts looking at the rush, he's done. Kirk is paying way too much about that's why he's double pumping, because he's looking at the rush. He's seeing these guys coming at him. When you see quarterback do things like that, he double pumping and the ball's hitting the ground, like balls are flying in the air. He's watching the rush. Anytime a quarterback watching the rush, he's thinking about getting hit.
Well, that's what I was saying, Mike. He's mentally making sure that if he does get hit, he don't injure himself again. And that wears on you, because now you're taking your mind off of playing the game 100%.
Yeah, that's
Especially if yeah. So yeah,
When I started seeing Cam Newton running out of bounds, I was like, yeah, that motherfucker done. He done. When you start seeing stuff like that from some of your goats, yeah, they done mentally. They on their way out. So those are signs. The signs are there. Does Kirk still have a little bit left? I think he does. But like mentally, I think he's already retiring.
where the mind goes, the body follows.
Mm-hmm.
Man, man, shoot, we going on by an hour and 40 minutes over here, man. But like you said, this is the conversation. Like you said, this is not necessarily a crash out. This is the conversation. This is all the things that we have to look at now. We have to start looking at the other things besides the X's and O's here. And these conversations can be very uncomfortable.
Yes, and we strive on having the uncomfortable conversation.
I mean, they only uncomfortable if you have rigid expectations.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna let everybody get their final taste. I'm gonna go ahead and just say this: the crash out from the fan base just comes from the simple fact that the expectations are not being met right now. We started off hot. We tailed off. We literally tailed off the last 4 games. And a lot of people are starting to feel that, oh, here we go again, feel.
Mm-hmm.
This is where a lot of people are upset. And the thing about it is when is it gonna get to a point where we don't see this happening on a year-to-year basis? Think about this, y'all. This is the 3rd straight season we're literally having the same quarterback controversy conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a problem there.
Yep.
This is why when you hear the average person says your quarterback situation doesn't grow on trees. You can't just plug anybody anywhere and thinking you're going to succeed.
Right. But K-Styles, this goes back to what you said. You got to have an identity. Because if you don't have an identity, don't nothing fit because you don't know what you got. You don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 5 great quarterbacks in the next draft, and if you don't have an identity, none of them gonna fit your team because you're not gonna know what to do with them.
You have an you got an offensive coordinator who comes from a system in which they throw the ball 60% of the time, and you have an offense that has players that rely on running the ball at least 50% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Raheem, Zach, Terry, all of them. This is why the coaches get a brunt of the blame on this because we don't know, like I said, what is the foundation. If you're constantly losing games on stupid shit like this, you don't have a foundation. You just winging it. So, Sam, man, let you go ahead and get your final words out. What's your final take for tonight?
We got to get some semblance of balance on this defense. You know, we whined, cried, complained about, saying sackitis. Now we getting sacks. Now we can't seem to stop nobody from catching the ball. You can't ignore 35 points in the air. You just can't. And if you are, for the sake of being able to stand on your soapbox to say Kirk ain't shit, then something wrong with you. Yeah, that's some mental instability on your part. We need to, the turnovers are bad. Yeah, we got to, some got to get, like I said, the law of averages got to, it's got to happen at some point. And hopefully it starts with these Raiders. Bijan keep running the ball physically the way he's running it. You know what I'm saying? Tyler keep, getting those, mean yardage on, third down shorts and, and things of that nature. These 4 games either gonna crack us over the score or we gonna be out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, and wiping sweat off and being a little happy. That's the situation that we in. We just got to sit back and see where this ride gonna take us.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, Juan, what you got? What you got, Juan?
Well, number one, play smart, whatever that may look like. Number 2, try to find whatever identity we got left in this season, and like you said, stick to it. And number 3, we have to, I'm saying we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. We got to be patient. I know that ain't what y'all want to hear. We're gonna have to be patient. We're still in the hunt, although it sucks to say that, but we're not eliminated yet. So we're gonna take it a game at a time. That's all I got.
All right, Mike.
Get your head out your ass, Raheem. Get your head out your ass and make it. Gotta make this defense better. I'm not trying to hear this bullshit about you being an offensive guru. I don't give a flying fuck. Falcons have been known to been able to put a good offense together, but at some point you gotta put more emphasis on improving this defense. And if you don't think this ain't Raheem, what the fuck we hiring for? Because he's not an offensive guru. Okay? So y'all dick sucking ass Raheem motherfuckers out there, you can suck a fucking titty off of a goat. I don't give a fuck. It's not an His defense is a defensive coach. He started as a defensive guy. He ain't never been no offensive coordinator. So all these stupid motherfuckers out here keep talking about he's a goddamn, it's not the defense's fault. Who the fuck is it? He's a defensive guy. The fuck you talking about? Read a goddamn book. Hit fucking Google. You stupid boy, y'all really are some goddamn y'all talk about Lamar Jackson fucking, but you got Raheem motherfuckers up. Y'all are in fucking credible. You can't even read the shit that's on Google. This nigga ain't never had an offensive or coordinator job, but you talk about the defense ain't. Well, who is it? He's a defensive coordinator. What the hell are you talking about? The defense ain't his fucking problem. On one hand, y'all motherfucker want to give him credit for the shit he did in goddamn with LA, and then you get to Atlanta, the defense play like shit, and you stupid motherfucker say it ain't his fault. What the fuck you gonna? Y'all gotta make y'all goddamn mind up. Do y'all see how crazy that sounds? Y'all sound stupid as shit. Y'all want to praise him for doing good shit in LA, and that's the reason why we should have hired him. And then he comes over, his defense look like absolutely crap. And, oh, it's not his fault. Are you fucking serious? Let me get the fuck up off here before I say something crazy. Y'all motherfuckers are insane. Y'all need to get that Lomicide ding-ling out of your All right, I'm gone. I'm gone, bro.
Mike, just say it's the defense fairy. It's the defense fairy's fault since the defense is there.
Y'all
It's the
brought
defense
him.
fairy.
We brought him because he did a good job as a defensive coordinator in LA. And then when he come here and our defense look like shit, no, it ain't his fault. Oh my God, bro.
Well, I guess they think this is LA part 2.
That don't make no sense. Y'all are incredible. These Raheem, y'all are worse than Mike Vick. I didn't even think I had that in me to say that. But y'all are incredible. Y'all are mentally ill.
Shameful, Michael, just shameful.
We hired him because he won a Super Bowl with that Ram defense, and then he come here, defense look like shit, and it ain't his fault. Boy, I swear to God.
I hate to be
you
a
had to remember. You had to remember we brought in Dan Quinn because he was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks winning Super Bowl.
But wait. See, the funny thing is we don't have their personnel, and for all you people out here that saying Raheem won the Super Bowl, no, he didn't. Aaron Donald won the Super Bowl. Let's make that clear. Raheem didn't win shit. Aaron Donald won. If Aaron Donald didn't make that stop, they were gonna lose that Super Bowl. Let's clear that shit up because I said it on live. Look, you're one mistake away from losing the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald won that game, not Raheem. Raheem was standing on the sideline chewing gum. Go look at it. He was chewing gum. They're about to lose that Super Bowl. Don't say that.
That Cincinnati Bengals stopped running the football.
Right. I said it before he made the play. I said, all right, y'all be careful. Y'all one mistake away from losing this Super Bowl. Aaron Donald made that stop and they won. Raheem was not out on the field doing shit.
They up here making goddamn burn marks and goddamn S marks in the damn in the damn turf, but y'all up here saying, nope, it ain't the defense fault. That would be all we were doing. That motherfucker was trying to burn the goddamn grass with their feet. What he was damn doing. He was out there damn doing what you call this shit, break dancing in the damn on the field, but it ain't his fault. The defense they got 19 sacks on the goddamn season, but it ain't Raheem's fault. Man, come on. Y'all are insane, bro.
What you try to call? What'd you try to call him? Turbo from breaking?
Bro, he's Turbo, man. All right, he's funny. No, on his damn feet be catching fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he was doing. I don't know what that son of a gun was doing, but y'all incredible. These Raheem apologists are incredible, and I want the man to see, but we got to call a spade a spade. His defense looked like crap, and they need to make changes all the way around.
Because the reason why Mike is saying that too is this is literally the same defense from last year.
A Dean Pease founded defense, mind you. Dean Pease now, not Raheem. If Dean Pease didn't have a foundation for this, Raheem probably wouldn't have got shit on this year. Let's be real.
This is insane. It ain't Raheem's fault. Oh boy. You see all the blame from Jimmy Lake done that shit done disappeared. It's no longer his fault now.
Look, Jimmy Lake. Look, they let Jimmy Lake lose. He got 5 sacks. It ain't his fault no more.
They got 10 sacks the last 2 games. But
we're talking about this statement that's on the board, right?
Go ahead.
This comment. Well, first of all, let's consider the name. Okay.
Come on.
Let's consider the name.
I know where you're going.
Oh God.
I know where he's going.
No.
Sam, I know where you're going.
Thou shalt not heathenize.
No, it's too late. It's too late. He's already in the heathen mode. It's too late. The name.
Go ahead, Sam. What you gotta say?
Which end are you speaking out of? The huck or the buck?
The rooter and the tutor.
come out in public with that? Why?
You did it to yourself.
Dang, man. See, this is why we get labeled as cultists, and satanic memberships and things. This is why, because y'all make it too damn easy.
So shut your ass up.
I mean, you make it too easy. Asinine that statement like that. Which end you speaking out of? The huck or the buck? I'm just curious. I wait.
Oh my God,
Both of them.
I
mean, you tooting from the rooter or you rooting from the tutor? Which one? Wait.
I think he rooting and tooting from the booty.
Are you from Rectonville? I'm curious. I'm just trying to understand.
I can't do this.
Y'all make it too easy, man. Gee. Can we go home now?
Hey, man.
You know what? I'm gonna go get me some hooch. That's what I'm gonna get me.
Yeah, we go home, y'all.
Y'all ain't worth a damn. Y'all talking about is he from Arkansas? Oh God.
Wait, hold on. Let me see something, J Tuck. Is you talking about Huckabuck, Arkansas?
No. We done with this.
We done. So hey, look. We appreciate y'all, man. We know where this is about to go to, man. Hey, look. Ain't enough moonshine to save this show. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Oh no,
we here to stay.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gotta go home.
But don't huckle your buck.
Ain't no name safe on that damn show. Ain't no name safe.
He bouncing off my huckle buck. He make it really bad.
That'd been, hey y'all, it's Hucklebuck. Buck.
Toe tuck buck.
Hey, get your out of my buck.
All right, we out, y'all. We is out. We is not doing this.
Perfect. Everybody despises the villain, but never take accountability for creating the villain.